Talk about a headline that hits home this week. In the news, you may have seen a headline just like this one, and you may have seen a video of someone talking about how this is going to affect you. But this is impacting someone that I can talk about today. Repeatedly talked about the pitfalls that come along with Medicare Advantage on this channel. And we're met with a myriad of responses ranging from "you're an idiot" to "thank you for telling the truth," and everything in between. And I get it. I understand everybody's perspective on this topic. Up until now, it's possible that you were on a Medicare Advantage plan, or your parent was, and you've had a great experience. There's 1 million people getting ready to lose that coverage next year. And there's hospital networks and doctors networks telling people today that they are not going to get the care that they need, the life-saving care that they need, because you know what? We just aren't contracting with them anymore. And you have to change your insurance or you're going to die. And that's the story that I was called with this week from a client of mine. And this couple have been clients for quite some time. And when they turned 65, they came in here and we had a whole discussion about Medicare, and I let them know the hoops that we'd probably have to jump through and all the things that come along with the Medicare Advantage program. But there are a certain portion of our retired population that a Medicare supplement is just not in the cards. And so a Medicare Advantage is the only route that they can go. And for Matt and Sandy, a Medicare Advantage plan was the only route that we could go. And so we got them enrolled in the most enrolled in plan in the state. It's the most commonly used plan in our area, and it's most commonly accepted. Never had a doctor say that they wasn't going to take it and that you needed to change your insurance or else they weren't going to provide you your care. But Advent Health in Orlando this week told my client's wife, who is not the decision maker, that if he did not change his insurance because he's been diagnosed with acute leukemia, that when he gets out, he's going to need a bone marrow transplant, and their specialist is not contracted for their current insurance. And if they wanted him to be able to get the bone marrow transplant and be able to make it to Christmas, they'd need to change their insurance plan. Now, when you throw that in the lap of a 70-year-old woman who does not make decisions in her family unit when her husband is diagnosed with acute leukemia and is in the hospital facing death, what do you think the result is going to be? Hysteria. And when Sandy called me this week, she could barely get the words out. And I had to help her explain to me what they had told her. Now, Advent Health will not provide this in writing. They made her write it down. And for whatever reason, I don't know. But they provided her with 3 plans that they did take, none of which are the plan that he's on, and said, listen, if you don't do this, if you don't make this change, and you need to make it soon, your husband is not going to get the care that he needs. And for me, that's an unacceptable solution. But look, we're faced with it, and we need to make some adjustments. And so luckily, we are able to make those adjustments now. But what do we do when we get to the point where these plans are all that way? And they've taken you to the point where you're sick, and you cannot change to a Medicare supplement. And they tell you that, you know what, because you're on this Advantage plan and we're not contracted with our specialists, you can't get care. What then? 1 million people are getting kicked off their plans this year, and if they're too sick to answer health questions for a Medicare supplement, they have to go to another Medicare Advantage. Or they have to take regular Medicare, original Medicare, with no assurances of their maximum out of pocket. Not a good place to find yourself in. And so, if you are out there and you're shopping Medicare insurance programs and you can qualify for a Medicare supplement and you can afford a Medicare supplement, don't let yourself get put into this position. Don't let an insurance company or a doctor say, not taking that anymore. You've got to do something different. With a Medicare supplement, by law, if they accept Medicare, they have to accept your supplement. And every doctor out there, more or less, 99% of them or more, accept Medicare. And so you can go to those doctors with your Medicare supplement, no matter what. If they accept Medicare, they take your supplement no matter which company it's with. If you find yourself in this position and your Medicare Advantage program is going away and you're still healthy and you can still use your health as a benefit, if you can qualify for a Medicare supplement, I'm begging you to let us help you decide which way to go. A Medicare Advantage agent is not going to tell you that, hey, this plan could be taken away from you under your feet and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, and by the way, if you're sick, you won't have an option. You'll have to take another Medicare Advantage plan, which at this point we don't think is as good as the one we're enrolling you in. You'll have to accept what's the best plan for you at that time, no matter what. Not a position you want to find yourself in if you can do something about it. And just before you come for me in the comments, Medicare supplements are not $300, $400, $500 a month. There is a video posted on our page that highlights how you can get a Medicare supplement for about $60 a month on average. I do know that it is not in the cards for some people, and a Medicare Advantage plan just financially is the only thing that makes sense. And if you're in those shoes, reach out to us and we'll help you find the best one, and we'll help you navigate them as they get taken out from under your feet. If there's no better option, then we need to, on an annual basis, be making adjustments and making changes to your plan based on your needs. Not what's best for your neighbor, not what's best that the Medicare Advantage agent gets paid the most for, but the one that's going to give you the best benefit based on what's available to you at that time. And we can play that game ongoing. I'm licensed in every state, and I'm licensed with every Medicare Advantage company, or I have someone in my network who is. We will not charge you for this. This is a service that we provide. It doesn't cost you more to work with a Medicare agent than to not work with one. You don't get more benefits one way or the other. But you do have someone who's on your side to help you decipher what the heck all of this means. Copays, deductibles, network, in-network, out-of-network, PPO, HMO, private fee-for-service. If you think you have a chance of outsmarting these Medicare Advantage companies, they know what you like, and they know what you don't like, and they know what appeals to people, and they know how to market. But they aren't out there educating people on what is best for their insurance needs. And if you need someone to educate you on what your insurance needs are, DKAC Retirement has been in that business for 20 years. And we have a network of people that can help us with these problems. Now, you will always work with me when you work with DKAC. And I will find you the exact perfect Medicare solution for your scenario, free of charge. All you have to do is click the link, hop on our calendar, and we'll do a free review for you, and we'll find if there's a plan that is best suited for your needs. Advent Health caught Sandy at her most vulnerable time. She is not the decision maker. She is emotional. Her husband is facing severe health risks. And they've thrown on her plate, hey, if you don't change your insurance, you're not going to get the care for him that he needs. While it's inaccurate, while they could get a bone marrow transplant with a different specialist, they have framed it in a way that makes her think that she has to change her insurance or he will die. And faced with that, she's going to do whatever it takes to keep him here. And without guidance, she's going to make a bad decision, and they're going to put her on the plan that they best feel suits their needs, not the one that suits his. I think Matt's going to be okay. But we need to sort this insurance debacle out. And I'm going to do that with Sandy. But we're not going to let Advent Health bully them into making a decision. And we're going to look at this objectively, and we're going to figure out what is the best way forward for Matt. Not what's the best way forward for Advent Health, not what's the best way forward for anybody who's billing, not what's the best way forward for anybody else, but for Matt. Sandy called me at the right time. She called me when she was breaking down, and she said, Dan, you told me that there may come a day that I wouldn't know what to do with this Medicare plan, and today's the day, because this is what they've thrown in my lap. And we worked our way through it. She can breathe. We're not going to make an impulse decision. We're not going to get bullied by Advent Health, and we're not going to do something that doesn't benefit Matt. If you find yourself in a similar scenario, if you're worried about your Medicare Advantage plan being taken out from under your feet, simply follow the link in our website, hop on our calendar, and we'll do a free consult for you, and we'll find the plan that best suits your needs and solves the problem that you're going through in your scenario. DKAC is here to help you. We're not here to hurt you. Click the link, get on the calendar, and we'll figure this out with you too.